So after a bunch of trial and error, I think I got this right. So hopefully I can get through this with very minimal interruptions. Kind of sucks living on a main road sometimes. Anyway, here's what happened at Forbidden Door. I'm not going to go too much into the pre-show because who really cares about the pre-show except for maybe me and some other people, but I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm going to go right into the main card. So starting things off, we got Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus Killswitchosaurus and Kip Sabian, which I fully knew that both Cope and Christian Cage were going to win this one just because they're the big favorites of this one. There wasn't really that much mystery with it, except for maybe just more kind of like where Killswitch is kind of like having his loyalty these days because when they really like started because when Christian Cage came to AEW, he was very much involved with Jack Perry and Luchasaurus. So who knows what's going to go on with that? I mean, I think it will I've been reading a lot of like rumors online that maybe this will actually bring back Jurassic Express, which I think will be kind of a nice little kind of change of pace from what we've seen from Jack Perry being the scapegoat. I mean, I think enough time has actually kind of elapsed since the whole thing with CM Punk. So who knows what's going to go on that? But like I said, not a big surprise there. But I am curious to see what's going to go on with Christian Cage and Killswitch going forward. So who knows what's going to go with that? That's pretty fascinating to me how they're booking this. Like I don't know where they're going to go with this because a lot of rumors also are saying that was Jack Perry kind of reviving Killswitch. I've been kind of switching between Killswitch and Luchasaurus because the same guy. Anyway, but yeah, I'm very fascinated to see what's going to go on next. So we got the TNT Championship match, Kyle Fletcher versus Takahashi. I'm going to butcher these Japanese names, so I apologize in advance. But this was kind of a throwaway match to me because I do believe that Kyle Fletcher is kind of big. He's big right now, so he's not gonna lose the belt this quickly. So it's kind of a throwaway match. There wasn't really that much danger in the booking. So I mean, it was a fun match to watch, but really, it was kind of a dead giveaway that Kyle Fletcher was not going to drop it this quickly into his run. So, but yeah, it is what it is with that one. Next up, we got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness. I absolutely love what I'm seeing from Zack Sabre Jr. And I don't really see like this was another kind of dead giveaway for the result. Like I did not expect Sabre to lose into this one because I don't see Nigel as like a big belt contender for any reason. Like I absolutely love Nigel as a heel commentator. Same with a lot of people I've talked to about this. But I don't see. But it was pretty nice to actually see, both stars actually show off their technical skills because they're very much technical. I love what I'm seeing from Zack. And I do believe as soon as his New Japan deal is done, Zack will make the transfer over to AEW, which I hope that he doesn't get kind of lost in the shuffle when it comes to TK and his toys. So that's a kind of an inside joke for anybody who doesn't know AEW. That's basically saying, TK has loads of money that he could do pretty much what he wants to get guys into the organization and just kind of use them whenever. I mean, I do respect TK for what he's doing because he gave me that alternative to WWE, and at a time when I felt like I needed something to kind of obsess over. So, more power to TK for, giving me this opportunity to obsess over wrestling once again, kind of bringing me back to my teenage years. So that was really kind of nice. But yeah, not a big surprise on that one. And already I'm 3-0 when it comes to my predictions. But trust me, it's going to change. Next up, we got Brodito, my bad. FTR and the Hurt Syndicate. I had FTR winning this one because I thought that it was kind of like move on to a Adam Copeland, Christian Cage kind of thing because of what FTR did in kayfabe to Cope. So I really thought that was what they were going to go with it. But not unfortunately, because I absolutely love Brodito. I love Brody King, love Bandito. So those two guys together are great. So I really got to change my settings because my screen just shut off on me. Anyway, but I did hear that there's some big backstage heat between the Hurt Syndicate, so maybe that's why they dropped it this quickly because, politics backstage. It's all over wrestling, regardless of what you watch. Anyway, moving on. We got Okada versus Swerve Strickland. This was another one that I was kind of hoping I would be wrong about, just because Swerve is great. Let's face it, like Swerve and Prince Nala are great together, and I want to see more of them kind of like every time. So, no, I'm not doing the dance. But I think they're trying to like bring this to the upcoming Continental Classic, which I will eventually think that it'll be Okada versus Eddie Kingston when he's finally cleared to wrestle again. So I don't know. This is just my prediction. I think that this is what's going to happen with that, and I hope so too because Eddie's also pretty great, and Okada, has been the Continental Champion for almost over a year or so. I really don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but yeah, it is what it is with that one. Not a big surprise because I think that's what they're trying to go for eventually for like the upcoming Continental Classic. This one, Timeless Toni Storm versus Athena. I had Athena winning this one, and I kind of figured I like Athena. She's great. But also Toni Storm, I absolutely love what I'm seeing from the Timeless angle. Like I absolutely love this gimmick. Same with a lot of other people, but I really thought that they were going to pull the trigger on Athena, kind of bring her into the next level because she's been on our Ring of Honor for all this time. Like, she is like the longest running ROH women's champion. So I really figured that this was going to be her time to shine and to become, more in the spotlight. But they didn't pull the trigger, so whatever. I mean, I was wrong, so that makes 2 times so far that I've been wrong. So out of like I think it's like possible 9 matches or so, I got 2 wrong so far. So that's fine. It's fun. It's fun to kind of predict what they're going to do with the booking. So moving along. Hangman Adam Page versus MJF. I knew that this was kind of a dead giveaway to me because MJF still has the contract that he can execute at any time. Now I'm hearing that, TK brought the rule because due to some criticism about that contract, but I don't know what they're going to do with this booking. He can execute at any time, but he needs to give a week's notice so they can advertise it. So maybe he'll drop it at All Out? That's the next pay-per-view, or is it Full Gear? One of the two. I don't know. I don't know which the next pay-per-view is, but I think it's either Full Gear. I think it's Full Gear because that's usually in November. But I didn't think that with Adam Page being as popular as he is, I did not have any doubt in my mind that he was going to retain it for the foreseeable future. He has massive, massive following, and I truly love that for him because I wasn't really that big of a fan of Hanger to begin with, but over time, he's just kind of grown on me, and he's easily one of my top 5 guys. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about seeing where they're going to go with this. I thought that maybe the Hurt Syndicate was going to ruin MJF's chances, but I guess they're going in a different direction with the Hurt Syndicate with Ricochet. But oh well, once again, it's fun. Okay, main event time: Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Will Ospreay defeated the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley, the Young Bucks, Gabe Kidd. This actually kind of went both ways for me. I was thinking that maybe they would have given it to Jon Moxley and co. just because, he has something to prove and stuff to make sure that they have that many, to have that But I think they just kind of got stale. I think that's what really just happened with the Death Riders. They got stale, and I think everybody kind of acknowledged the fact that they got stale. So that's why they kind of ended up losing this one. But I'm pretty happy with the result. But my one gripe with this match, like I don't mind blood or anything like that. But when do people say that, is it enough? Is it enough to have blood? Is it enough to have other, something or other? But it is. This is like the two main events to a pay-per-view that both included blood and guts. So who knows why that's something. I get what they're trying to do, but do we need it for like every single like a main event? Like, what are they going to do for Full Gear? Is that the next one that's coming up? I think so. But anyway, are they going to have another death match, another unsanctioned lights out match, 1 to 2? I don't know. I always thought that like a lights out match kind of meant that it was going to be kind of like in the dark, sort of what they did with that match during WrestleMania with The Fiend and LA Knight, which, by the way, I thought was pretty cool. But I must be in the minority with that one. But yeah, I do see what they're trying to do with that, but they don't need every single main event to be blood and guts. They just need to be good. And overall, they have been, AEW has been very much killing it with their pay-per-views and also on Dynamites and Collisions. So I'm pretty happy, to see them kind of expanding with that. But I feel that they just need to just kind of, kind of pump the brakes a little bit when it comes to the blood and guts, because I know that people are going to complain about it, then they're going to go back to what they've been doing. But at the rate that AEW has been killing it recently, I think we're in the clear for a little bit longer if TK doesn't screw it up, which I hope he doesn't, because I absolutely love what I'm seeing from this company. They, like I said earlier in the video, they gave me an alternative to WWE, and I truly appreciate it. So yeah, that's it. I only got two of my predictions wrong out of this entire thing here, so not too bad. Like I say, it's always fun to predict how they're going to book it, and then talk about it afterwards. It's like, did they make the right decision? Could they have done better? But overall, like, I've been seeing the consensus that this was a mid pay-per-view from AEW from a lot of longtime fans. And like a lot of like newer fans who were just got into them actually say it was really good. So if the newer fans are saying that's pretty good, and like the older fans are saying, could be better, that's fine. That is definitely fine. They just have to get through, they've already had their sort of WrestleMania with All In, which was phenomenal. That was an absolute great event. So this one kind of coming off the heels of that. So hopefully this upward trend continues on, and we'll have some more fun watching it. So, because wrestling's about having fun and watching it with your friends. I remember watching, I think it was Revolution one year, and I was over at my friend's house, and we invited some other friends, and he's like, well, my friends, do you just kind of cheer on your favorite guys? I'm like, yeah, it's like any other sporting event or whatnot. So, oh, okay. Why aren't you cheering? Because I'm watching. It's not like watching a baseball game. The action might be predetermined, but the coordination, everything else that goes into it, that's pretty much on the fly. So that's what I appreciate about wrestling. So all I can say, I'm not going to knock WWE in this one too much, but let's just say that just have fun watching wrestling. And I'll see you next time.